I'd take this opportunity to review some of these new small set of markers called Touch New that I have purchased off eBay recently. It's they're very cheap, about £12, and there's about, I think, 16 markers in there, which is a good amount of markers, and there's a good range of colours, and I thought I would try them out on one of my art pieces because I haven't tried any that are quite this low in price. They are a round bullet nib at one end and a chisel nib at the other. And what I like about them is that they are like square in the barrel, so if you've got any kind of dexterity issues, that can be quite helpful, and also they don't roll away from you very easily, so I'm impressed with that so far. So I'm going to use them in one of my mixed media pieces, and we'll see how we go so far. I use alcohol markers and coloured pencils a lot because I spend a lot of time in bed these days. These particular markers I've found to be very stiff in terms of getting the top off, so from a dexterity point of view they were not particularly ideal, but then from a price point of view I couldn't complain. That's just the chisel nib of the marker, and you'll see in a minute I show you the other end, which is a standard bullet nib, which you tend to see in most standard alcohol markers. So I'm going to work on the piece of art now that I'm doing as a mixed media drawing, and we'll see how the markers work. From what I can tell, there's a good mixture of colours in the set. The markers are fairly well saturated, and something I did notice is that there's quite a lot of bleed through in terms of the paper, so you might want to put another piece of paper between your drawing and the next page of your sketchbook if you want to make the most of the paper you have available. But just now you'll see some overhead footage of me using the markers, and you'll see what I mean. They're very dark, and they seemed to be, some of the colours were a lot darker than I expected and some were a lot lighter. So with regards to the pens that you've seen me using in the video, I would say they're a very good sort of starter if you want to have a go at using graphic marker pens and you're on a very tight budget, say, or if your child does want to have a go at using graphic marker pens. I think these are a good sort of starter choice. But if you use them a lot like me, I think they might be a bit of a false economy, because I don't think the ink is going to last very long. And also, they are the rounded nib at one end and the chisel nib at the other, which isn't my favourite because brush markers are always easier for me to control. But on the plus side, because they were a very sort of wide square barrel, they're very easy for someone with a dexterity issue to hold in general, so you do get more control from that sort of side of things. And as with all graphic markers, but particularly these, you have to be careful with the type of paper that you use. And even with the paper that I've normally used graphic markers on, these have tended to bleed through more than any other ones I've ever used. So sort of in conclusion, I would say that these markers are good if you want to give something a try without spending too much money. But if you want to get a bit more sort of serious, they maybe aren't the ones for you. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. And if you have enjoyed watching the art video, tune in again soon for more art related content. I'll show you the finished picture at the end of this video just to show you how I've finished it off, because it's a mixed media picture, so I've used both pencils and markers to achieve the end result. But anyway, so if you want to tune in for more art related content or non-art related content, because I do a lot of different things on here, feel free to tune in to my next video. And if you found this useful, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will leave you the link to the markers in the description box below. I'm not sponsored in any way, but if you want to go and try and find them and check them out, there'll be a way for you to find the set that I used. I will see you all soon.